So yeah, this is our second stream of Stanley Parable. We're gonna be...
Cracking intro right there.
I know, man. I'm amazing. What's up, YouTube?
Yo, what's up? Before we watch the video, you guys make sure to like and comment.
Did you know only 2% of our viewers are actually subscribed? Oh my god, we gotta make that up or my dog's gonna die.
If you like and comment and subscribe
I don't
today,
even have a
you
dog.
will be entered into our free £10 gift card giveaway.
I don't have that. No, I don't have that money to give. Okay, no, no, I'm not giving anyone a £10 gift card yet.
Yeah,
I need to spend £10 on Monster before I do that.
I'll spend £10 on your mum.
I spent £10 to slap you in the face.
I'm joking. Your mum is not worth £10.
Oh, wow, that's just rude, man. Like, you gotta do me dirty like that?
Not unless she steals. Oh wait, Anon. No, never mind. Steals from the hot dog stand.
Yeah, she steals those hot dogs and then guzzles them down like a little fucking seagull.
I nearly said too much while we're live.
Don't give a shit. Anyway, so she guzzles down hot dogs like a seagull. Yep, that's what you meant.
Do seagulls guzzle down hot dogs?
I don't know. They guzzle down like a fish, so I guess a hot dog fits. At least a cocktail sausage. That's probably more accurate as well.
I'm a cocktail.
A little wiener.
You're a wiener. I'm a ween. I'm a ween. Okay, let's start the game.
Yeah, they guzzle down some frankfurts, you know.
Frankie. Who's Frank?
Your mum.
Lol.
Lol. Oh god, we are not funny at all.
This is a story of a
are.
man named Stanley.
Fuck off,
Hello,
Stanley.
Stanley. Oh.
Sorry, Stanley. Oh, welcome back, achievement. Thank you. Okay, so we should have the new content now, right? Oh fuck, let me bring my monitor a little bit. It won't have to make me do an ending or something before we can go to it, right? Probably not.
No, but you can if
His
you want.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
There are other
What could it
endings.
mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Well, guess it's time for the new content. Wait, can I? Ah, crap! I can't just close it.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
What if you step outside? Oh man. No, don't.
Will that door
Don't.
close behind me?
Yeah.
Fuck! I forgot. That's red.
Wait, no, go back. You never got the broom closet ending.
What's that?
Go left door.
Left door. I
Yeah.
will do as you say.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, you're gonna have to guide me through this if you want me to get a specific ending.
Oh, you just need to go into a broom closet.
Yet
There's a
there
broom
was not a
closet.
single person here either.
You'll see it.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office,
that a new thing?
hoping he might find an
No,
answer there.
I never
You
saw
missed-
that.
You missed it last time. I kept saying to go in it.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Do I just stay here?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I had to use one of these today. Really
There was
annoying
nothing
piece of
here.
shit.
No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to
There's only
still
one
be
broom
here.
Why is it called a broom closet if there's only one
You-
broom?
The issue is with that, it doesn't have the thing that squeezes the mop and then.
Baffling that
Yeah, it
Stanley
does.
was
That's the
still
top
just
part.
sitting
That's
in
what
the
that
broom
handle's
closet.
for.
He wasn't even doing anything.
Oh, okay, that
At
looks
least if there
different
was
to the
something
ones we
to
have.
interact with,
Yeah, normally
he'd
it's
be
just like
justified
one
in
the
some
way you
way.
push down
As
and
it
it's
is,
got
he's
like
literally
it
just
squeezes
standing
it together.
there doing sweet
Yeah.
FA.
Yes, I am doing sweet fuck all. Yeah, I know. Don't try and sugarcoat it.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yes.
Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
So, The broom closet is really nice. It's really warm. Got some nice insulation. Nice warm LED light up there.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
Where's your
I
mum?
would have thought to mention it.
Some nice wrenches.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite."
It was my
I hope
favourite,
your
mate.
friends find this concerning.
Fuck off, governor. I'm gonna kill
Stanley
myself.
was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yeah, the drugs and hookers sounds better, but like, I'm not fat and ugly.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
I'm not
You got
dead.
to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
I'm not
They've
dead.
fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Do I just stay here and be dead?
Step out now.
Do I?
Yeah.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
I think I know. Yeah.
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Go out.
Step out, yeah.
Is that it?
Begin the game again.
Pardon?
Step in.
Yeah.
What I'm doing here. Begin the game again. Go the same way and go back in.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
Oh,
mean?
this feels
Stanley
wrong.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Room closet.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
It's still through here, right? Yeah, it's after this.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer. Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
So, do we stay here? Or do we
Begin the game again.
begin the game again? So we keep doing this.
Just one more time.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to
Broom
go to the
closet
meeting
ending
room.
is my
Perhaps
favourite
he had
ending,
simply missed
mate.
a memo.
No, I think my favourite ending is the one where we
Stanley
kill
came to a set
ourselves.
of 2 open doors.
Which
He entered
one?
the door on his left.
Yes. I think it's the one where we keep jumping off
Yet there was not
the
a single
stairs
person here
because he
either.
genuinely feels really
Feeling
upset.
Oh, yeah.
in disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office,
How do I
hoping
do
he might
this?
find an answer
Okay.
there.
Oh, that's That's it, pretty much. Go upstairs.
I do.
That's,
I go upstairs.
yeah. That's
Coming
the
to a
broom
staircase,
closet
Stanley
saga.
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah, that's the broom closet saga. I want to try and get you to do something else now, if you can do it.
Do we restart
Um,
the game, or do we?
no.
To be
What
rich is a crime.
I want to try and get you to do, this door on your left here.
Yeah.
Try to walk in there and try to walk back out before the doors close.
Will I have time?
You'll have time, yeah. You can do it.
Stepping into his manager's
Oh,
office,
damn.
Stanley was once again
All right.
Begin game again.
Yeah, you can just do the new content now.
What happens if you get out?
All of his co-workers
You
were
can
gone.
try it if you want.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It's not like one of my favourite endings, but it's a cool thing.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Don't worry, I'll
Yet
try.
there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Fuck, he still
Stanley
locked it.
decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping in.
What do I do now?
You can walk all the way back.
Okay. I'll do as you say. Is he just gonna call us a pussy?
I don't know.
Oh. There's a different door open. I guess I go in there. You are now leaving. Okay, we go upstairs. That's a red door. I don't want to go up in the red door. I can't anyway. Let's go. Just going up more stairs. Why is leaving so high up? Are we just really far underground?
I guess, yeah.
Jesus Christ. How many floors do we have to go up?
I genuinely don't remember.
757. Seven, 5, 8. This is pretty high up. Or, wait, are we just gonna jump off the building?
I don't know.
Well, it's darker. Escape pod launch bay. Okay. Oh.
It's a barber.
Oh, just escape pod.
I don't really know what this ending is about, to be honest.
That was weird.
It's weird. Yeah.
All of his co-workers were gone.
That was
What could
a
it mean?
weird as hell
Stanley
ending.
decided to go to the
Yeah.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, now we do the new content. Okay, let's go in.
Yeah.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Let me out. Let me out.
I'd be scared in one of those, to be honest, but it looks cool as well.
Yeah, I don't wanna. I don't have my pod with me. I can't shoot everything.
Hello the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Okay.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Imagine if it
Oh,
was
well,
just
this
nothing.
sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
What if I just go back in it?
No,
Do you know any of the endings on this?
yeah.
Okay, so can't just go back in.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Very terrifying.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Okay, new content.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
What happens if I do this then?
Oh,
Jumps
up
from
to
main.
you.
What? I can't jump anymore?
You ran out of jumps.
What the fuck, man?
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Can't do any more jumps, man. This thing in the corner. Was there something special I was meant to be able to do with the jumps?
It's just jump circle, man.
I'm gonna just go back. Nothing's in this room, right? I'm not being stupid.
I don't think so.
He just steals my fucking jumps.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And
I think counting to 30 trillion is a lot more than 1,000 hours.
Yes. I knew there had to be something else.
I think
Let's
counting
see.
to 30
I'm
trillion
ready
is
for
a lot
whatever it
more than
is.
1,000 hours.
Depends how quickly you can count.
No, bro, it's impossible to even count to 1 billion
That's
in your
it?
lifetime.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Can't
ban
be
them
My
on
fault,
Twitter.
Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Is he gonna? Oh, okay. I guess I don't have a choice. What?
Okay.
This, this isn't. This is not what I had.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
Do I? Do I not? Or do I go through that?
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
Oh, wait to be rude to me. I just don't do what you say. You're a bitch.
When Stanley came to a set of
Did I just
two
go back
open
to the base
doors,
game?
he entered the door on his left.
I guess. I've never seen anyone do that before. So
Where you just ignore what he says.
yeah, most people just go
Yet
through the
there was
vent.
not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's
I
office.
think it's just a
Come in.
normal game.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
I have done what he says now. Wow. The end is never the end, it's never the end.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret.
It's
Take a
Elden
look.
Ring.
Oh my god, it is Elden Ring. What if I go back through the vent? Will he be pissy with me? Guess not.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
I love Toby's reaction. I loved your reaction to like seeing what the narrator looks like.
It's not real.
Did you watch him talk and see the voice coming out of his mouth?
Yes, and it doesn't match.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video
No.
games had integrity.
True,
Back
but
then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Yeah, people loved this game.
our first kiss, my first car, the Stanley Parable in 2013. Those are all
No.
the most important things in my life.
Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie,
Where?
fucking MatPat, all these people played the game.
I did not. I was playing Demon Souls, I think it was, at the time.
KSI played it.
My boy. Look at it on Steam. Good old times when I wasn't here. Collector's edition. Audience Award in 2014. British Academy of Film and Television Arts. Who is it? Is that...
Fuck The Last of Us. Fuck The Last of Us, right?
Yep, fuck The Last of Us. Stanley Parable. Coffee nut. Nut coffee. I like to nut in my coffee. Good times. Wait, it's one of... Oh, that's the one where you murdered me. That's me working. Doors. That's the museum. Again, where I was murdered. Where I jumped to my death like 3 different times. The place where I also died. The boss's office. The place where we had to follow the line, but the line wasn't actually real. And that green thing. What the fuck is that green? We didn't do one where the box had green ooze coming out of it.
What?
There's one with like top one.
What?
Top one above the G. Has green
It
shit
just
coming out.
looks like your office.
Yeah, but there's green shit coming out of it.
I don't know, man.
Smile because it happened. Feedback area, Stanley Parable, alpha test. A trip down memory lane. $1. Stanley Parable, bits of music. It's on a really shitty TV. Unachievable, it is impossible to get this achievement. Go outside, don't play for 5 years. Nominee, Stanley Parable. New video game released today, New York Times. Stanley dead. That's nice. Wait, is this the only ending? Or is there multiple endings to the Ultra Deluxe?
Mm.
Je suis dans la mémorisation, seul sur l'abri de l'eau, et je
Aw,
n'attends
little Stanley.
plus que toi.
Rest in peace, little Stanley.
C'est là
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all
Persona
of them.
3.
And now,
What?
it's nothing. It's no games
I'm
at
not
all.
shooting myself in the
It
head.
isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Not even an hour. Memory zone maintenance. I guess I can't open it. Person of the year, Stanley. Stanley figure.
Stanley's a good boy.
I'll put the Stanley figure in the cum jar. Who wouldn't?
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone. to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
France.
These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again.
How do I get to the serious room?
There is a way that I will let you know. We can go over later. Maybe.
Is it
It
about
involves,
flipping through or something?
no, it involves complex shit with the. Well, it's complex for me, but it's shit with the console.
Where you actually have to mess with the console itself or files?
I'll find out for you later, maybe.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Not a chance.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Wow, this actually looks really cool. Like, this is not. It doesn't look like the Stanley Parable I was just playing.
It looks like a Call of Duty map.
Yeah. But less shit. Because Call of Duty is a very shit game. It wasn't good for a very long time. Or hasn't been good for a very long time.
Okay.
But fuck you, Call of Duty fans. It's not a real game. Well, it is a real, but fuck it. I don't like Call of Duty.
I don't think any Call of Duty fans really care about the new ones.
Well, the idea for the game is good.
Black Ops is decent.
For someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
I think it's an amazing game.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
I don't want to press skip.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this.
I want to listen to your monologue,
the story
man.
and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all
Put
until
this
the
to his
end of
face.
time, at which time everything
Is
all
that
at
actually
once.
an end to
So,
it?
now you see, blah 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 blah.
Well,
blah.
there has
We've
to be
eaten too
nothing
much, and
there.
it can't be just yet. No, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So, now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, no, until
No.
245.
There's got to be an end to
That
this.
the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore,
Is it
by
really just
becoming
gonna
it
keep
is,
looping?
so on and so forth,
Loop,
until
yeah.
inevitably,
Pardon?
we all until the end
Yeah.
of time, at
Fuck's
which
sake.
time everything all at once. So. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe
What if I
it
keep
was
doing-
perhaps one
what
of
if I
my
do it now?
more profound such ruminations, not that of... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
no.
I have someone to talk
That
to
tree's
again.
dead, man.
Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything.
Oh, he stopped talking.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, enter.
Okay, he's really just asking me to continue pressing it. Oh, the clock fell.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Someone needs to make a song of this.
Is never the end, is never the end.
End is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Oh fuck.
Oh no. What the fuck is happening?
How
It's
the
been
fuck
like
is this just...
It's been like 1 billion years now.
That's just showing how much he rambles. It's starting to look more and more like Portal 2. Yep. It really is starting to look like Portal 2.
Oh no.
What is the narrator going to turn into GLaDOS now?
Or Wheatley.
Oh, no, it'll be GLaDOS.
I
Because
want Wheatley.
Wheatley can fuck off. He may have a
Wheatley's-
nice voice. He has a good
Wheatley's
voice.
voiced by one of my favourite comedians.
Let me skip. I don't like this.
Did you
Let me
skip?
skip.
What the fuck would Toby?
No, I'm just being a pussy deliberately, okay? Is that gonna come back up? Or is the button broken? I think the button's broken. You think it's broken?
Yeah. We're in just a box.
We were just in a box. That's it. Nothing else. What if I walk the wrong direction?
Did you just come out of Davy Jones' locker?
I guess. I'm gonna walk away from it, but behind it.
It does look a bit like a portal cube, doesn't it?
It really does. I walked the wrong direction. The end is never the end. What?
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Yeah.
Yeah. New content.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay. Show me. Enlighten me, my good sir. My good narrator. And there's never...
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So
Yes.
forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2. Yes,
the end
you
is never
see,
the
isn't
end.
this far superior to a
Again.
measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
It's gonna literally
Calling
click
it the
everything.
Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure
Two
that
eyes,
if I
two
can
ears,
loosely
two nostrils,
organize a
two legs,
handful of
two
interesting
arms,
concepts,
question
that surely
mark?
the game will sort of naturally spring up
Who
around
took
them.
the red
It'll all
marker?
work itself
Me.
out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Me, my precious.
Sequels are good. Portal 2, Half-Life 2, Batman Arkham Asylum 2, City, Divinity 2, Original Sin, Divinity, Original Sin 2, Doom 2, Aladdin 2, Return of Jafar, Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2 was the shittest one, fuck you. But it's still a fun game. This way to the show floor. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. I'm feeling fancy. Can I just get on the bus? Feels very linear this time. Like, I've not got really any choices I can make.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
The exclusive. The button that says the name of the player that's just playing the game.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this
My
feature.
god, I'm
Just
Jim
play along.
now.
I
I'm
promise
Jimmy
you'll love
boy.
it. Okay,
Jim.
here we go. Let's take a deep
Jim
breath,
the Jim can.
clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim,
And drowning
as
a
Jim,
cat like
watching
Jim.
your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
Yes, I've drowned 4
If so,
cats.
then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time.
Okay, done it 3
If this were
times
the
now.
only new feature in the Stanley Parable
One more
2,
and it's the
it
same
would
amount
still
of
be
gyms
worth
as the amount of kids
Let's
I've
take a
killed.
break from the gym button. I'm too
Drowned.
emotionally drained from
Yeah.
all of this personal validation.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away.
Jim.
Otherwise, soon
Jim.
you'll start to lose
Jim.
all sense
Jim.
of who you
Jim.
actually
Jim.
are.
Jim. Jim.
Damn, I can't say Jim more. Well, I'm not Jim now. I'm not the person who drowned 4 kittens. I am now Tobias Cam, the guy who hasn't drowned 4 kittens. I must clarify that.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
I don't know if I want to go in there yet. I'll see everything on this floor first. Merchandise. Ooh.
Well, there's a QR code there.
Wait, there is? Okay, I can't actually scan a QR code, I think. Let me just see if I can.
Your phone should be able to.
I don't think I have an app installed for it.
It should just do it with your regular camera.
Yeah, no, I don't have it.
I'll do it.
No, don't worry, don't worry. I'll just download the QR code app. Don't worry, I can do that quickly.
Right.
Come on. Download, download. Can't see chat at the moment. Need to get the QR code. Come on, up quickly. Come on, phone work. Stanley Parable 2. The website. Welcome to the official website, The Stanley Parable 2. A sequel, huh? Watch our helpful and informative video to learn more about the Stanley Parable and what journey of becoming a sequel is all about. Actually, I'm going to open this website up on Chrome. Okay. We're just gonna hide the game capture right now. Yep, this is here. This is the website that brings you to. Got it on my computer now, don't worry. So I'll get the chat up quickly. Literally just downloaded the QR code scanner quickly. So here's welcome to the official Stanley Parable 2. The sequel, huh? Watch our helpful and informative video to learn more about the Stanley Parable and what the journey of becoming a sequel is all about. Sequel. Stanley Parable sequel.
Say there, Timmy, what's that you're enjoying? Why, it's breakfast, of course. Everyone loves breakfast. But
This is
did
a
you
10-minute
know that
video.
breakfast is getting a sequel?
Oh, wait, what?
That's right. It's called Lunch. And critics are raving that Lunch will be everything breakfast was and more. With a little luck, we may even get a
Lunch
trilogy
is the
series out of
sequel.
it. Say, you know what a sequel is, don't you, Timmy? Why, sequels are the world's way of clinging helplessly to the past. We all want more of the things we love, and we're all afraid of change, which is what makes sequels so popular. New ideas are dangerous, Timmy, and they can lead to early aging. This eager-minded young thinker is just 29 years old. That's why we have sequels, to keep us couched in the familiar and the comfortable. Sequels are the bedrock of a healthy, functional society. And if you look around you, you'll find them everywhere you go. For instance, this man is developing a sequel to the automobile, which we'll call the vertical automobile. It's a useless, impractical invention, and in 2 days' time, the man will be publicly stoned to death for his crimes against gravity.
What?
Not all sequels are heretical nonsense, however. Here's the man who invented breathing, which is the sequel to suffocating and dying a slow death. Even your parents are getting a sequel, Timmy. Their names are Rob and Jessica, and they'll be taking care of you once your original parents are sent back in time to fight a secret war for the government. Sequels can be very fashionable. This young woman is wearing 5 shirts at once, which is the sequel to wearing 4 shirts at once.
I hope
Look
Twitch
at
doesn't
Becky
shit
over
me for
there,
this. I'm just
wearing
doing the
only
game,
2
okay?
shirts at once.
I just
Get
had
with
to
the
go on the
times,
website
Becky.
for it.
In fact, there is only one single thing in the world that isn't a sequel. It's this. We don't know what it is or why it exists, but it's the prequel from which all sequels are derived. And just like everything else, the Stanley Parable is getting a sequel too. We all know, of course, that it was your favorite game as a child. Don't you remember those long, lazy afternoons you spent playing the Stanley Parable? Watching your precious youth fritter away hour after hour. We've all wasted our childhoods in one way or another, and you were fortunate enough to get to waste yours on the Stanley Parable. But the Stanley Parable came out years ago, and you're not a child anymore. You're a man, which is like the sequel to a child. And as a man, you want manly things like taxes and cheating at baseball. You need a man's video game, Timmy. And that's why the Stanley Parable 2 will be perfect for you. It's as manly as video games can get. And if you don't believe me, let's look at the burly hunk of a man who's responsible for the game. Huh, here he is, hard at work. His name is Gregory 8-Pack, and he's the cutting picture of raw, virile masculinity. Gregory is what we call the ideas guy, and he has the most important role on the team. The ideas guy tirelessly comes up with interesting concepts and then hands them off to the rest of the developers for the relatively simple job of turning those concepts into reality. For example, he's the one who picked up the phone and declared, "Someone ought to make a sequel to the Stanley Parable." Good work, Gregory. Go ahead and take the rest of the day off. With the hard part out of the way, work on the game can now begin. The game's developers must answer a simple question. What makes a sequel in the first place? Well, it's simple. Sequels are an opportunity to correct the mistakes of their predecessors. We've all made mistakes, and we've all caused harm to someone we love in order to cover up our mistakes. When developing this particular sequel, it's important to start by thinking, what mistakes did the original Stanley Parable make?
Still 5 minutes
first
left,
off,
man.
Most of the pornography in the original game was stolen or pirated, and it's time we paid the licensing fees fair and square. Second, the Stanley Parable was catastrophic for this man named Leroy, whose personal information, including home address, social security number, and bank information, were all displayed prominently in multiple locations throughout the game. Although Leroy's money and identity were stolen, the fact remains that his personal information was the emotional core of the game and absolutely vital to a nuanced understanding of the story. As reparation for the harm we caused him, the sequel will contain a brief and insincere apology to Leroy, tucked deep within the game where it will be difficult to find. Finally, the Stanley Parable made the mistake of leaking too many government secrets about the nature of the Time Wars. Without these intricate details of specific military tactics, the story is likely to make very little sense. But we've decided to remove them from the sequel in the interest of helping the state's efforts. We'll get to you yet, Time Dracula. Now then, it's time to set about constructing the Stanley Parable 2. Game development is a difficult and complex art, one which can only be fully understood by this race of hyper-intelligent child soldiers bred in laboratories. They begin by studying the original Stanley Parable. Here it is in its raw, untouched form, a specimen of technological perfection. Time to exploit it for profit. We begin by adding jokes. The Stanley Parable was most widely known for its stark lack of humor, bucking all conventional industry wisdom. It was a bold artist statement that its developers stood firmly behind. But in 2022, it's impossible to reach even a single consumer of video games without jokes of some kind. So very well, jokes it'll be.
Sure.
During its development, over 500 kiloliters of comedy will be funneled directly into the core of the Stanley Parable 2, creating jobs for hundreds of machine operators and producing 30,000 tons of pollutant chemical byproduct, which will be pumped directly into local lakes, rivers, and beautiful nature reserves like these all over the country. Another common complaint of the Stanley Parable is that there wasn't enough gameplay. And so for the sequel, its developers have gone to great lengths to fix this problem. Here we can see gameplay being printed onto sheets. Every video game contains as many as 1,000 sheets of gameplay, and several of the largest games ever made contain close to 1,500. On mobile devices, the gameplay sheets have to be printed smaller. For the Stanley Parable 2, as many as 35 new gameplay sheets are being printed, each of which must be delicately massaged by the hands of a child before being added into the game.
Why the child?
This man is stealing gameplay sheets from the factory, which he likely intends to use for a personal project he's been developing in his spare time. A good public stoning will cure him of that inclination. Let's check on Gregory real quick. Ha! Still recovering from a hard day's work. Don't you move a muscle.
2 minutes
Next
left.
up, it's time to blackmail the press. In a competitive market, blackmailing your local journalist can be one of the most effective methods of creating word-of-mouth buzz for your sequel. In fact, blackmail is the currency of social progress. From your neighborhood grocer to the teacher at your school to the man who helps you steal HBO, everyone responds to blackmail. And if you've never done it before, it's easy to practice at home on your friends and family. Simply follow the instructional pamphlet that your teacher hands out after the end of the film. And finally, there's one last tool at our disposal for making the sequel feel fresh and exciting, and that's packaging the game with collector's edition merchandise.
Oh my god.
If you order the Stanley Parable 2, you'll receive this cow's egg. A single egg will produce over 1,000 cows, which are, of course, the sequel to pigs. And there you have it. Everything there is to know
How's
about
the
producing
sequels
the
to
Stanley
pigs? I
Parable
never
2.
knew this.
Of course, you may
Wait,
know
what?
that there is also a game titled
cows?
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. So which
What?
game is the true sequel to the Stanley Parable? It's an excellent question, Billy. One which the child soldiers have been working round the clock to come up with an answer to. And after many weeks of diligent research, the conclusion they've reached is, who gives a shit? All that matters is that
Thanks,
it's
Brian.
more content for you to cram down your insatiable gullet. You don't want thoughtful and nuanced answers to complex questions, Billy. You just want to eat bubble gum and cheat at hopscotch. So get out there and consume. Do your civic duty and bully your parents into buying you every version of the Stanley Parable 2 on every platform. Tell your friends to bully their parents as well. It's through community efforts like these
Yeah,
that the
bullying your
world comes
parents to get them
together
to buy you
in
games.
harmony
Amazing.
and connection.
Don't do
And
that.
it's only through this connection that we'll defeat Time Dracula once and for all.
Time Dracula?
Don't let the time-traveling vampires win.
What?
Buy the Stanley Parable
What?
2
Where
and
did
pledge
that
to
come
support
from?
all sequels.
What's about
for
time-traveling
today,
vampires
tomorrow, and into the great unknowable beyond.
Wait, can you see? Are you watching the stream?
No.
Wait, Billy died? I'm so sorry, Billy. You were only 3.
What?
What's new? If you're more of a prequel sort of person, check out The Stanley Parable. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of the exhibit. Join the Crows Discord and follow us on Twitter. What? Oh, it's an actual thing. I am not going to join that now. But I will later, so I will.
What, are you not going to join?
The Crows Discord. I'm gonna leave it like that, and we're gonna go back to the game.
Nice.
Ah,
Right.
there we go. Back to the game. So that was all on that QR code. You're welcome. We went through that whole thing just to do that.
Yeah.
Stanley Parable 2, the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket,
That's not even a
the
clean
many
bucket.
disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution.
Why can't I touch it then?
Give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
But I want
The
I want to
benefits
keep my
of the
bucket.
seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Just pick it up. I get to keep the bucket? Hell yeah.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already. Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along.
Oh.
Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
So you're just going to do the
Well,
opposite of what I wanted.
Maybe I should have gone with... No. No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Nope, not yet going in there. So we got the amazing bucket. I know. It's so cool. I am not muted, right? Yeah, I'm not muted.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope that wasn't like ear blazing because I couldn't actually adjust the volume during that. Yeah, it's not gonna make me do that again, unfortunately. There's a little fucked to there. It's just... What's with that too?
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Yeah, we'll figure it out later. Don't worry, bro. I got you. Wait. If I go up here, will it finish it?
Up where?
Up here. To
I
the
don't know.
settings world champion.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Looks like it's gonna go somewhere. Oh. Oh, you just don't let me in, you fucking cunt. Well, you do not trust me. Exit collectibles and whether infinite hole. I'm not going in the infinite hole. You can you find them? 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 Can you find them?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy
Oh my
of
god,
watching
why are
a
they
number
all
go
just
up.
going
You
towards
simply
it?
collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Oh, it was E. Why was it E?
Little Stanleys.
Take the Stanleys. Oh, guess I can't go out there.
God, it really is the
wonder
worst
if
when you
there are
collect
more.
everything in a video game.
I think you need
and
to
then
do the
they give you a
invisible hole.
big fancy reward for it.
The
I'll go to the
unending.
infinite hole, but...
Tragic.
Ah. Oh, rash there. Okay, so easy achievement. Free achievement. Pull the lever. Or lever, as it's meant. Yeah. Receive your new achievement, no more steps. It just works.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Come on, I just want the achievement.
Nah, man.
Dick. That's annoying. Anyway.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet? You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Fit. There's an exit there, so... Can't go to the exit. I can go to the exit, but it's just up there. Don't want to do that yet. Can go to the infinite hole. Just, you ready?
Yeah.
Infinite hole. Oh, entrance infinity. Infinite hole chart.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
I mean, Portal kind of did it.
Yeah, but it was...
You see? Isn't it wonderful?
Yeah.
One of my more ingenious
Well, it's not
concoctions,
complete
if I
though, so
do
there's going to be
say
a bottom of it.
Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Or if I just keep doing it.
Look up. How far are we from the
Now,
surface?
I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button
Look
to
up.
get back to the top.
What?
Maybe do it on the
Look up.
sooner rather than
Oh.
later
How far are we
spectrum
from
of
the server?
things.
Oh, God.
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
What?
Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more
no.
of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom
Lots
of the
of
hole.
cigarettes.
You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling.
Yes, because I've jumped off
What
many
normal
buildings
person
already.
actually wants to fall infinitely. I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
Oh, fuck you.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the whole mostly infinite? If that works for you,
Mostly
we'll go
infinite
ahead and
doesn't
press the
work.
teleport
It doesn't
button to
work.
warp up to the top
It's
of the hole
impossible.
and we can move on.
Can't be
I'll just up
mostly
here when you're
infinite, it's just
ready.
infinite or not. What if I just don't teleport and stay at the bottom?
If you mostly,
Great.
if you're not
Well,
infinite,
I'm
it's
very
0%
excited to
of
show you
infinite.
even more of my... Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't
Yeah.
help
Yeah.
but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
Can I just stay here? Will he say anything?
Go back up, fall
Had
back in.
enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back,
You're back
in
in
the
the
hole.
hole.
If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Do it.
Yeah.
Well, there it is. The shame of my... How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again.
Yeah, I'm
Still
trying.
nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a
My
win
paradise.
for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Thanks, bro.
I have no idea what happens now. I've never seen this.
There was a noise.
This wasn't the room you were in before with the hole.
I know, right? It was originally an open room.
What the fuck is going on?
I knew it. The hole for life. Yeah, fuck you, narrator. You're missing this.
I'd be so scared if this happened to me.
Yeah, and you grab on the wall, and then you see the floor slowly go away from you until it's too far, and you actually fall to your death if you let go. Change your perspective.
What? Oh,
Oh, that is a pretty sexy face, my guy.
perception.
Ooh.
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up the space of mine. My head's
This is
stronger.
weird.
Now you're no
What is happening?
Oh, no, this is an LSD trip. What the fuck is going on? I don't know.
Stanley? Stanley! Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there,
Oh.
drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley.
God.
Because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment.
Oh, fuck
So
you.
how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
Poodle pit.
That was a fucking acid trip. Like that was like the
Says
Beatles
you.
level. What are you talking about?
Loading. What's going to be next? So, I guess that was an ending.
Here we
Suppose it's
are.
the
Go
epilogue.
on. Try out some of the new features.
Okay, so we've done all that. So what haven't we done?
I think it's just the
There's-
epilogue.
It's just the exit. There we go. Done all everything I can, I think.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Someone left their little bag.
That's awesome.
That's actually really cool.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Wow.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
That's pretty shit.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool though. What happens if I just quit to desktop and then go back in?
No, please. No.
Would he get really pissy about it?
I don't know. Maybe you can.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big
the new
building
balloons.
where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons
Has anything
to push,
changed?
how long to push them, and in what order.
I don't know.
This is
It
what
looks
employee
like worse
427
quality.
did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Okay.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
A Stanley Parable
Something
2.
that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Get the bucket.
Where's the bucket?
Oh. Dunno. I guess just move on then.
Please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
No, not
Kick the
again.
door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No, no,
Oh.
no. Stanley picked up the bucket.
Broom closet.
Room closet again. Well, I got an idea. If we can go on that, maybe we can pop the balloon.
Hmm.
God damn it. Let me on. Or I guess I can't.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, should we do what he says?
Yeah, go to the broom closet.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort
Wait,
now more than
yeah.
ever. Perhaps his
Oh,
boss's
broom
office
closet.
was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you?
What?
The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend.
This is better than the
Can't
companion
hand it
cube.
over. Oh no. Getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient?
What?
That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I'd never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my bucket. Go fuck off.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There.
You
Now it's
Stanley.
settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
So if I stay in the broom closet,
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate.
You see,
Bucket
I
sticker.
feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket.
Yeah,
There
it's a
really
bucket.
is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Do I just keep staying in here? Should I?
I
Should I
don't
leave?
know.
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
I'm stay here for just a little longer, just to see if he says something.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm leaving now.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Well, I've done what he says so far.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing
The
presence
bucket
of the
really
bucket.
is just keeping me together,
Even
man.
now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him, always. The bucket would. And he knew it.
Yeah.
The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley
love
was so
story.
absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Yeah, the
Was
bucket's
the bucket
amazing.
guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
I want to get the one where he tries to kill us. Because if he tries to kill us and I've got the bucket, he's going to start saying, like, you know, oh, I love the bucket so much and the bucket was protecting me. Maybe the bucket will save me from the nuke. My god. So many possibilities.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket.
The bucket really does
Soothing
save
him,
me.
comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
I'm going to see if I can try and get the whole nuking ending again.
The lights rose on an
That'll
enormous
be
room
fun.
packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
This bucket really is what's keeping me together.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
This bucket, man. He's the only thing I have left after
Was
my
the
wife and
bucket
children
under the
left
mind
me.
control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Come on, let's do this.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never!
And my
He
best
squeezed
friends.
the bucket tighter.
My god.
His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
The bucket's my only it's my only companion.
But here was the proof. heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink
Is it just going to be everything, but
Stanley
it's just
decided
about the
that this
bucket now?
machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Bill,
Yeah.
you ready?
Yeah.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Seagulls.
Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again. Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands.
My God.
The one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
My God. That was such a nice ending. We didn't get nuked that time.
Yeah.
What's the time? Yeah, I might actually call it a day for this, and we can do some more endings on another stream, because that was a lot of build up just to go to the endings. So yeah, I'm gonna call that a day for now.
Yeah.
So yeah, gonna upload this to YouTube. Gonna be all good. So yeah.